name is Lisa Jacobson. I'm the president of the Business Council for Sustainable Energy. The council is a coalition of companies and trade associations from the energy efficiency, renewable energy, and natural gas sectors. The council is a national organization, but has many members with commercial activity and jobs in the Commonwealth. Council members see Virginia as an opportunity state for investment and job growth. The release of the final Clean Power Plan marks a significant milestone on the path to a cleaner, more efficient power generating opportunity for the state of Virginia. And we can do this using affordable, readily available technologies. The council's members commend the leadership of the McAuliffe administration for its intention to meet or exceed its Clean Power Plan targets. The Clean Power Plan also offers a great opportunity for constructive partnership between state policymakers, stakeholders, and the private sector. We have clear paths under the Clean Power Plan to explore state-specific and multi-state options for compliance. According to a study by Bloomberg New Energy Finance and the Business Council for Sustainable Energy, given its current and pending emission reduction activities, Virginia has already made significant progress towards meeting its final 2030 targets under the Clean Power Plan. Specifically, plant retirements from its fossil fleet, increased utilization of natural gas, and current and pending renewables build take Virginia 18% towards meeting its 2030 rate base target, while the state is already halfway towards meeting its 2030 mass base target. Further, the study finds that sustainable electricity sources, including natural gas, small hydropower, combined heat and power, and onshore wind, solar PV, and waste to energy, are already among the cheapest options for generating electricity in the state. In addition, Virginia should clearly consider supply-side and demand-side energy efficiency opportunities. The councils and its members are committed to helping the Commonwealth adapt clean energy solutions to its unique circumstances, and the council will provide written comments on the Virginia State Plan in the coming weeks. But at this time, I'd like to offer just a few preliminary recommendations. First, Virginia should consider participation in the Clean Energy Incentive Program. The program is still under development, and the council is working with EPA and other states to ensure that the program provides a clear signal for action and does not delay investment in energy efficiency and renewable energy during the 2016 to 2020 time period. Virginia should adopt a trade-ready approach and should consider market-based elements to ensure cost-effective compliance. Virginia should consider the full portfolio of clean energy technologies and resources for compliance planning. This includes ratepayer and non-ratepayer programs and actions, including third-party delivered energy efficiency. Finally, if Virginia allocates allowances or auctions allowances under its state plan, it should provide allowance value to clean energy technologies and resources. This will spur investment and provide clean energy market signals and jobs. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Next up is Carl Brand.
My name is Carl Brand. I am involved with a lot of environmental organizations, but I'm here representing myself tonight. I live in Henrico County, and I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I've got 3 grandsons and a beautiful daughter and a wonderful wife who's videotaping this while we're here. You're going to get some great testimony tonight, and I'm going to be pretty plain. We have got to stop drilling. We must stop doing that. Now, we don't stop tomorrow, but we need to move quickly in that regard. Stop mountaintop removal. I've been in Southwest Virginia many times over the years, been right up at where they're cutting it off of a mountain, and it's not just the destruction of those mountains, but it's the dust that they spread with the trucks when they go through the communities, the children that breathe that, and we are responsible for that. And the gentleman who spoke about keeping burning coal, why haven't they been planning for their customers long before this? This isn't something that just happened to, yesterday. And I grew up in Tennessee, and we had a big coal stove. And we put coal, and I had to get up and make the fire every morning. And I put a big old chunk of coal after the kindling got going well, and I know how dirty it is. Not only was my house filled with it, but God knows what it did to my lungs while we were there. The other great thing is that we don't have to invent some, new huge inventions. As the lady just spoke, solar power and other renewables are now very competitive.
I didn't understand.
You can record this if you like. But these are available to us today. And why shouldn't we move quickly? And we need to have all public policies that encourage that at every stage. Energy efficiency is critical, making our homes and our businesses and our churches and our other buildings so we're not losing that energy we create. And so, anyway, I just want to say thank you for this tonight. And I have just one written testimony. And I thought I could write a tome, but this would probably get as much attention. It says, don't drill, stop mountaintop removal, and move toward all renewable energy. I've got my name and address, so here we go. Not going to make more copies of that.
Next we have Gerald Downing.
Hello, my name is Gerald Downing. I may look like an environmental activist, which I am, but know that I served as an Air Force officer for 24 years. I swore to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I'm now retired from the military, but there's a domestic enemy that needs to be taken out. I'm talking about coal-fired power plants. We need to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and emissions of heavy metals like mercury and coal ash and mountaintop removal mining, which is devastating the home of our brothers and sisters in Appalachia, and particulate matter, which contributes to asthma and other serious health problems. And, well, you get my point. Every aspect of coal mining and burning is harmful to life, both human and non-human, and should be eliminated as soon as practical. I proudly fly the American flag outside my house every day. Part of the reason I do this is not for what we've achieved to date as a nation, significant though that is, but for the promise of a better future, a cleaner future for our children and future generations. We've done them a great disservice, and the Clean Power Plant is an excellent start to address historically weak regulation of a toxic industry. I charge the Commonwealth of Virginia and DEQ to embrace CPP and implement it as vigorously as you can for the betterment of this great state and the people who live, work, and play here. CPP is also important for our furry and feathered friends and the ecosystems they and we need to prosper. It's time to be on the right side of history, and thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Good job.
Next is Damian Pit.
Hi there. My name is Damian Pit. I'm an assistant professor of urban and regional studies and planning at Virginia Commonwealth University, although I should clarify that my opinions are my own and not those of the university necessarily. I was also recently a member, the chair of a group of the steering committee of a solar stakeholders group, which is an organization that was formed, a collaborative group that was formed by the State Department of Environmental Quality and Division of Mines, Minerals, and Energy last year to study the issue of solar energy. And this was a group that involved representatives of academia such as myself, local governments, electric utilities, cooperatives, the solar energy industry, and environmental organizations. So some of what I'm going to say has to do with the results of that process. But I'm going to submit more detailed information and written comments later. So I wanted to just talk a little bit in person about some of the reasons why I strongly support the Clean Power Plan and believe that DEQ should move forward in implementing a strong implementation plan that goes beyond the minimum requirements of the EPA rules and puts us on a path towards fully embracing the potential of energy conservation, energy efficiency, and renewable energy. So over the course of this process, you're going to hear a number of comments regarding the supposed negative economic impacts of the Section 111D rules. And we do need to be cognizant of potential cost increases, and we do need to show concern and empathy towards those of us who are employed in the fossil fuel industry currently. But that doesn't mean that we need to continue to do things the way that we've been doing and continue down this path of dependency on an energy system that is inherently flawed and essentially doomed to failure when you consider the fact that non-renewable resources are, by economic nature, going to increase in price as their supplies dwindle. And we're already seeing those in price increases for electricity in many areas. Okay, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. And one of the, there are a number of, so prices are increasing already for electricity. And meanwhile, we have numerous studies which demonstrate the economic development benefits of energy efficiency, renewable energy, and so forth. One specific point I wanted to mention is the fact that the state's own study in 2011 by the State Corporation Commission studied the cost of solar energy, and particularly looking at the issue of net metering. And where we stand now is we have a cap at 1% of peak power demand. The net metered solar energy cannot go past 1%. Currently, we're about 0.05%. The state's own study found that if we increase from 0.05% to that 1%, a 20-fold increase, it would increase residential energy bills across the state by $7 per year, less than $7 per year. So that factoid puts into context the situation we're in which we're looking at marginal price increases to move us towards a path of a cleaner future with economic development potential, job creation, and so on. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Shanna Moore.
My name is Shauna Moore, and I live in a rural county in Central Virginia. And I'm also a student at VCU's Center for Environmental Studies. Now, I want you each to picture for a moment, and bear with me, this has a point, that you're on a beach drinking a tall glass of iced tea, and you know that your drink is about to go empty. Do you continue to gulp from that empty glass? Do you take tinier sips to ration? Or do you reach into that cooler beside you and get a long neck bottle and continue drinking from there? Well, I'm here to say that reaching for those alternative thirst-quenching drinks makes a whole lot more sense than slurping at a near-empty straw or rationing. Virginia is at a unique crossroads where the Clean Power Plan already scheduled necessary retirement of existing facilities and the existence of increasingly affordable and efficient technologies all coincide. It was estimated in 2011 that 95% of coal capacity and 99% of gas capacity in the U.S. will be retired by 2050. So many of our coal plants are already 15 years beyond their design and operating at 20% reduced capacity. So I ask you, if we're already naturally retiring plants, doesn't it make sense to replace these facilities with renewable energy alternatives that are healthier, that are more efficient, and over the long term will be cheaper, both from a health perspective, which often hits rural communities harder, and from an economic perspective? I urge DEQ to consider natural gas only as a transition to renewables, because it has a long history of price volatility and a hidden price tag in terms of human and environmental health. Some things to consider is the CPP offers more choice, diversification of our energy portfolio, long-term energy needs for the next 50 to 100 years, not just the next 10. And it looks at the big picture and balances the 3 Ps, people, planet, and profits. So we need to look at those things. Studies show that the average bill might increase in the short term, but over the long term, it will get less. And one thing that needs to be considered and hasn't been stated yet is that renewable energy job sectors are growing. Currently, we show about 400,000 jobs in the renewable energy sector with the capacity for over 1 million just in a year's time. Change is not painless, but it will cost less if we start now. We desperately need to diversify and modernize our energy grid. We cannot have a wait-and-see attitude. I think we need to incentivize the development and construction of renewable energy. One way is through the carbon fee and dividend option presented by the Citizens Climate Lobby. We need to work on a multi-state plan, such as the RGTI plan, perhaps linked to the Chesapeake Bay plan, because air pollution caused by coal sources is often the source of water pollution. Instead of using public money to build more natural gas pipelines, we need to use that money and invest it in renewable energies. In closing, there is a steady stream of misinformation largely based on fears of change and lost profits. Yet a surprisingly large group of people agree and show that we will help create jobs with the Clean Power Plan, reduce energy bills, and vastly increase the human health. We cannot underestimate the savings of those health benefits. It is a simple fact that using non-renewable sources will eventually end in want because those sources are not renewable in our lifetime or even that of our grandchildren many times over. We need to look ahead, and I urge you to consider the incentivizing of renewable energy sources, not pursue convenient strategies that are short-term and put us at risk, and please seek to use more renewable energy sources and swift transition. Thank you.